Keep the change, you filthy animal.
As Christmas this year has come and gone, I thought it'd be nice to take a look at a Christmas film, and I've decided that for this year I shall be taking a look at the classic Home Alone, which stars Malcualay, McCulkin. I think I've just completely pronounced his name wrong. Basically, the little kid actor that you see in this film, the main star, Kevin McCallister, and well, as the title of the film suggests, it's called Home Alone because he gets home alone. He gets left home alone by his family because they go on holiday. They think he went with them, and he gets deserted at home, and he has to protect his house from the burglars, and that's the main story, really. That's it. Brilliant film, absolutely brilliant film. I watch this film every year with my family and sometimes with my friends, and quite honestly, every time I watch it, I'm just in hysterics. It's such a funny film. It's such an enjoyable film. There's some great lines in there. I quote this film all the time, just like Back to the Future and other films that I've reviewed recently. So it's very entertaining, a very good film, delightful. Such a delight that this film exists, in my opinion, along with its sequel, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. So yeah, I've just basically given the plot away. I'll just go through all the good points and the bad points now. So, good points. I think that Culkin, he does a great job as Kevin McCallister. He steals the show, and he proves that child acting is good because he's one of the most famous child actors ever, and I think, well, he still is famous, but he's kind of gone off the rails a little bit now, which is kind of a shame. But it's happened to quite a few child actors. I mean, you look at someone like Miley Cyrus, look how she turned out. Ooh. Don't even get me started on that. But I think that he does a great job as Kevin McCallister. He has some great lines, and he overcomes some fears at home, and he has to just basically protect the house from all the burglars. The burglars are played by Daniel Stern. He plays Marv, and the main baddie is played by Joe Pesci, who is Harry. And the best bits of the whole film easily when the burglars try to rob the house and they get inside, and Kevin set all the traps up for the burglars and everything like that, and it's so entertaining to watch them get hurt by all the traps. It's so funny. And the family, Kevin's mother, she's more like the main family member that you see in this film because she's the one that wants to make sure that Kevin is safe. She's played by Catherine O'Hara. She does a good performance. We also get supporting characters such as this guy who runs this sort of brass band, played by John Candy, the late John Candy, and he does a good job. He's quite funny in this film. Well, it's quite funny in every film he's in, really. And yeah, it's just, there's nothing bad to say about this film, really. It's just a great film to watch over Christmas with the family. You can just put your feet up and just watch it to your amazement, because if you've not seen this, ladies and gentlemen, then you haven't lived. In my opinion, from the Home Alone films that we've got so far, we've had 5 of them. To me, there's only 2, and they're the first 2. I think from Home Alone 3 onwards, it kind of gets crap, in my opinion, because Home Alone 3, new storyline, and it didn't really feel like a Home Alone film. There's some good parts in Home Alone 3, I'll admit. But Home Alone 4, oh god, that is terrible. And Home Alone 5, well, I've not seen Home Alone 5 all the way through, but I'm so glad I've not, to be honest, because from what I've seen, it just looks goddamn awful. Terrible. But 1 and 2, they're perfect films. So for that, I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. Now, you may be thinking, I've been quite kind of generous recently, giving all these films 10s out of 10s. Well, yeah, I kind of have been, but this is one of the greatest films ever made, in my opinion. It's one of the best Christmas films, and quite rightfully so. The cast is all led by a little kid, and he just does a brilliant job. He just steals the show. Joe Pesci, he gets to show off his different acting abilities, because by then he was known for more violent roles, shall we say, because Joe Pesci, he's appeared in some gangster films. All you need to do is take a look at his brilliant performance in Goodfellas that earned him a Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. And quite rightfully so, because in that film he completely steals the show. And this film, you get to see the more light-hearted side to him. He's quite funny in this film, despite him being the main villain. And Daniel Stern as Marv, every time you see him get hurt, it just cracks me up, especially the tarantula scene. You know the tarantula scene, what I'm on about? When he screams his head off. Yeah. I am just in hysterics, and I just lose it. It's just so funny seeing these robbers get hurt, and Kevin outsmarts them. We also get this guy called Old Man Marley, who, hang on a sec, it's called Marley. Now surely that must be some sort of rip-off from that character from A Christmas Carol, surely. And all the way through the film, one of the story arcs of the film is that there's rumours going about Old Man Marley, that he's killed people. It's completely untrue. That's just Kevin's brother Buzz trying to scare him, his bigger brother Buzz, and he is kind of a jerk in this film. And yeah, the family do treat Kevin quite badly in this film. I mean, they left him, for God's sake. They didn't even bother to check until they were on the plane. His mother didn't even realise until they were on the plane. What parents do that? What sort of family leaves one of their own members behind? And Uncle Frank, he's just brilliant as well. You gotta love Uncle Frank, despite the fact that he is kind of a bit of a jerk as well. Every character in this film is so memorable, no matter how big their role is. But yeah, I would strongly recommend that you go and see this film, and it's just brilliant. It's really funny, and yeah, so that's it really. Merry Christmas, and hope you all have a happy new year. Thank you very much for watching my review of the original classic Home Alone.